The vision industry is an industry that is very much driven by technology and by technological progress. But what you typically see is if you are very much focused on technology, then being customer-centric is not really in play so much as it should be.
Welcome to a new episode of our inVISION podcast, 5 Questions To. Our topics are image processing, machine and embedded vision, AI and metrology. My name is Peter Ebert, Editor-in-Chief of inVISION, and I'm happy to have you here for a new episode.
TKH Vision will unificate the 5 machine vision brands, inVISION, Chromasens, Euresys, NET, and SVS-Vistek together with Mikrotron under the inVISION umbrella brand. What were the reasons for this decision? inVISION spoke with Robert Franz, CEO, TKH Group 2 Division, and CEO of inVISION. Hello and welcome, Robert Franz, at our inVISION podcast. Nice to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. A much appreciated opportunity for us. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's a great topic today. The unification of the 5 machine vision brands under the inVISION umbrella brand marks a significant milestone in the company's history. Maybe you could tell us what was the primary motivation behind this decision?
Yeah, sure. So this is also an exciting step for us. After a couple of years where we had these activities more or less separated, we are bringing them now together under one brand. And the main motivation here is really to provide more value to our customers, not only through a broader and a more comprehensive range of products and solutions, but also by being able to really serve our customers essentially as a one-stop shop where they don't have to go to different organizations to get products, but they have a single interface that they can interact with. And that is also able to make sure that the solutions that we provide to our customers are really working amongst different products. So the main topic for us here is not so much like cost synergies like you see in many of these cases, but for us it's really about providing more value to our customers.
And how will the individual strengths of each single brand be taken into account in the new brand structure?
Yeah, that is something that we are very conscious of, that each of the operating companies, as we call them, have their own DNA, so to say. So we are not planning to remove a large amount of products from the portfolio or so that will all continue. We also continue to have the engineering capabilities that we had in the operating companies before. And so we are just adding capabilities here and making sure that things fit well together. One example is you're certainly aware of the SVS cameras. They go typically really well with Euresys frame grabbers. Being under one brand, that will be a much easier package and bundle to be sold as compared to a company or a customer has to go to SVS for the camera, then talk to Euresys for the frame grabber, and not being really sure do they work together or not. So getting everything out of one hand, I think, is the key motivation for us.
And the key message, I think. Customer centricity is a central promise of inVISION. What changes can your customers expect in the short and in the long term?
It's kind of building on what we just said. Yeah, it's really about making sure to make things easy for customers. And if I can explain that maybe a bit more broadly, I think that the vision industry is an industry that is very much driven by technology and by technological progress. But what you typically see is if you are very much focused on technology, then being customer-centric is not really in play so much as it should be. And that is an observation that I've made over the years many, many times. And I also see that this is really where the value sits. Yeah, the value doesn't sit in technological advancement for the sake of technological advancement, but the value sits in technological advancement that is helping to solve customers' problems better than that was the case previously. This is what we understand with customer centricity. You can look at pretty much every function of an organization to really say, okay, what does customer-centric behavior mean? And then as an example in sales, as we just said before, being able for a customer to approach one interface in our organization, and through that having access to all the different offerings of the whole group. Yeah, so I think that's a key message here. But it also goes into, for example, product management. When we look at future portfolios, we will of course also pay a lot of attention to what is really solving our customers' problems. This is not only, as I said, the next evolution of an existing product, but it's really something that requires a lot of deep application knowledge. And that is also an additional benefit we get, that we will have one application engineering organization that really bundles that know-how a lot for our customers. And this is typically where the value sits. If you can go to a customer and say, okay, we have seen these problems in similar way already with others, and we believe we have a good solution for you, Mr. Customer. It's not the customer that has to design the solution themselves. Building further on customer centricity, take a subject like supply chain. So for us, supply chain is a key topic. Our motivation is to build the best supply chain in the industry. And that is definitely customer centricity, because it eventually means you have shorter lead times, you have higher reliability on delivery dates, you have higher quality levels. In summary, customer centricity, you can go through every function of an organization, and that drives progress that is really of a benefit for our customers.
After talking about customers, what is your greatest goal in the first year as a unified brand? And what are the long-term goals of the new Allied Vision?
So I think the first step is really in the first year to make sure that our customers, that the market understands what this is about and what's the value of it. That's the key point, really, to be able to communicate that. This is also why I'm grateful to have the opportunity to talk to you here, because this is one of the tools to do so. Then in the long run, really building on that knowledge that we have in the organization and that we further gain through customer interaction to further move into solutions. So we are still a product business in some areas, a solution business in other areas. Essentially, we have all the components of building a solution. And now under the combined brand, it will be easier to combine all that for solutions that are also scalable in different market segments.
And what will be the future role of Allied Vision within the TKH Group, particularly in terms of collaboration with your 3D specialist LMI technologies?
We are already under the headline of TKH Vision. This is a kind of a sub-brand that we have launched, I think, 3 to 4 years ago. That was briefly before I joined. So under the headline of TKH Vision, we have already had strong collaboration with LMI specifically, and that will continue and further intensify. So building on what we said before is not only the consolidation under Allied Vision, but we will also further intensify the collaboration between 2D and 3D technology, let's say. With that, we will have further exciting opportunities to deliver value to our customers, because sometimes you have customers that actually need a 2D and a 3D solution for the problem they need to solve. This is, of course, something we want to do. Then the second aspect, if I go one level up, TKH will further focus in the area of automation. This is also a very exciting step that the company has announced end of October of this year, actually. And we are currently working with the other companies of the future automation business to really build additional value. And that is then not only LMI, but there's also a company called the VMI, which is the leading global company for machines to build car tires. And we have been working with them already, but this collaboration will further intensify. And so with that, I think it's a good point to not only look at the consolidation under Allied Vision for pretty much area scan and related software, but also looking at the exciting developments of TKH as a group in the direction of becoming a further and really strong automation player, building on all the capabilities we have in that group.
Very interesting. So I think we will hear a lot about these corporations in the near future. And I think it's time for the last question. How will Allied Vision address the challenges and trends in the industry? And what role does the company see for AI and other technologies in the future of machine vision?
Well, so yeah, this is an interesting one, because when you listen to different people, then it already becomes a bit difficult to define even what is AI and what does it mean. What I'm seeing as step number one is that there's pretty much no application left that we are serving that does not use or benefit from artificial intelligence. And that is typically more on the side of the customer. Now, with the strong software portfolio we have at Euresys, the eVision software suite, we will be in a much stronger position to bring AI to our customers as well. This is a key element, again, of bringing their brands together to really have a consolidated offering that is very easy to access for customers. We have a similar arrangement also with LMI, by the way, for software. so that we make things easy accessible. And the other thing and this is also why I'm really excited about the future of the machine vision industry, is that for pretty much everything that is using AI, you will need a camera and a picture to make sense of it. And what I always use as an example here was called the shovel strategy. And that goes back to the gold rush in the US many, many years ago, where the people that sold the shovels actually made more money than the gold diggers themselves. And this is how I see the machine vision industry in a way. Yeah, it's a bit like NVIDIA as well on the GPU level, where you can really say, yeah, we are the enablers of artificial intelligence, and that's going to be the dominating force in the future.
Thank you very much for the insights about the new Allied Vision, about machine vision technology. It was a great pleasure to have you here in our podcast.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks again for the opportunity. We are also excited to make those next steps and serve our customers better. So yeah, I hope your audience takes some value of the conversation. Thank you.
Be sure we will inform our audience about the next steps of Allied Vision and LMI.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you would like to find out more about inVision, please register for our inVision newsletter at invision-news.de/news, become a follower of our LinkedIn channel, inVision News, or find out about our webinars at invision-news.com/Tech Talks. I look forward to welcoming you to our next episode of our inVision podcast, 5 Questions 2.